Welcome back to First Look, the show where we give you just a taste of an upcoming new board game. Today, I'm going to be talking about the game Bantam West, which is a sandbox adventure game set in the Old West. You're going to be able to take on a variety of different roles and work to stake out your claim in the wilds of the West. This is truly a sandbox adventure game. The game gives you very little guidance on what you need to do, but gives you a ton of different options, allowing each player to form their own strategy and craft their own legacy out in the frontier. Now you're going to come into this game with a specific character. There are several different character boards that are, again, very thematic, that are going to represent the different characters that you can play, or the different professions that you can start with. Each one of these is going to have their own player board with its own special ability. Now these boards will be customized with a specific character card that's going to have a variety of stats and an image on the other side of your character. These stats are going to be placed out via cubes that track your different attributes and health, and you can upgrade further with cards like mounts. You can also get weapons, equipment, items, other riders, and things like that that are going to help enhance your character even further. And you're going to be able to claim land and build cabins. You're going to be able to harvest resources from that land. You're going to be able to interact with the bank. So there's just a lot you can do in this game. Now the game does start you off with a variety of to-do lists. These are going to give you just a very basic way that you can score points. And this game is a race to victory points, which is called notoriety in this game. You're going to be able to score this notoriety in a variety of different ways, by completing the tasks that are listed on these cards, or by finding other cards in the game that are going to give you notoriety for very specific things. You're going to be able to do it for combat, you're going to be able to do it through looting, fighting bandits, and through interacting with the different characters that you're going to meet over the course of the game. There's a variety of different boards that come with the game that are going to represent the different townspeople that you can interact with. This might be tradesmen that you can purchase from, they might be owners of different establishments or the bankers, you might be able to gain new riders from talking to them, you might be able to gain new mounts. Like I said, this is a sandbox, so there's just a ton of different stuff you can do over the course of the game. But you're going to be moving around on one of the different world maps, and there's a variety of these tiles that can be put together to create a variety of different maps. And they're double-sided for daylight and for night. So you can actually have daytime and nighttime sides, and things are going to be a little different. There's certain things that you can only accomplish during night. The main purpose of moving around these boards is, like I said, to fight bandits, to gain new equipment, money, resources, to find plots of land onto which to build your cabins, and also to find and complete endeavors. This is yet another way that you can gain notoriety. There are a variety of these endeavor cards that are going to have you complete specific skill checks in order to complete these endeavors. And these are all very different, and they're going to require you to use dice in different ways. Every character board is going to have a base set of stats that, of course, can be upgraded over the course of the game. You're free to shape your character out in any direction you want and build them into kind of exactly what you're looking to play through the use of different gear items and things that can attach to your character that way. While ultimately your goal is to be the first to score those victory points, you're going to want to be focusing on stopping other players just as much as you are on getting your own victory points. And you can do this in a variety of different interactive ways. And yes, you can work together with other players to basically form alliances or teams to hunt down other players on the board or to take out some of the tougher bandits, but eventually you're going to turn on each other because only one player can be the winner, and you're going to be able to interact with each other in a variety of ways beyond just shooting at each other. You can steal from each other. You can break into each other's cabins and steal the resources from your land. You can even commit arson and burn down other players' cabins and destroy them. You can abandon cabins. You can hide out in cabins. You can basically play your own old Wild West adventure however you'd like to do that. But again, you're only going to have one player that can win the game. As soon as one player hits the amount of notoriety that they need to win, they have to run back into town and get to the saloon. If they manage to remain there for the entire rest of the month, which is a round of the game, then they're going to win at the end of the game. However, if one player gets there and other players get there and they all have met that notoriety limit, then they could all potentially win the game. And the entire game is going to culminate in a shootout at the saloon, with every player doing battle with each other in a quick death match to determine who is going to be the final winner. So like I said, there are a lot of different paths in this game, which is something I think is really cool. Also, what I think is really cool is just how thematic everything looks. All of the cards look like they're right from the Old West. All of the artwork is very bright and vibrant. Every card has very thematic backs. All of the NPC cards have very cool graphic design in the way they present the history of that character and the stats of that character. Everything is really tied together, and that theme sucks you into this game. As soon as you start playing this, you're going to be immediately transported back into the Old West as you start galloping across the open plains on your mount, shooting down bandits, stealing gold, and just basically doing anything you want. I can't stress that enough. This game gives you so many different open-ended actions that you can take. There is really no one true path to victory. That to-do list that you start the game with is a good guide for a new player to kind of show them a few ways that they can get notoriety by doing some things that they might already do, like engage another player in combat or buy a horse and things of that nature. But there are so many different ways to score notoriety, and you can set the length of your game by determining what that cap is going to be. So this can be anything from a couple hours to a full game that takes up your entire game day if you really wanted to engross yourself in the adventure. So that is a first look at Bantam West. This game is going to be coming to Kickstarter, and you've seen a lot of content here in this video today, but I promise you there is a lot more. You're going to have a lot of cool different rule books and scenario books and different starting setups that you can play through. There's just a lot of content that is coming in this game. So be sure to check out their Kickstarter page to see what everything is going to look like. And as always, thank you for liking, subscribing, following us here at MVM, and thanks for watching First Look today. I'll see you next time.
Congratulations, you got to the end of one of our videos. Now, if you want more practice, just click on the video over here. It's another video. You might not have seen it yet, so click on it. If you don't want to do that, at least click on the subscription button below. That always helps us. And if you want notifications, please ring that bell.